season.
Well, when we say new, another spot is at the dot. For Rutgers, Jonathan Duhenio graduated. Mike Sisselberger no longer creating nightmares for college lacrosse face-off guys. He's doing that to the pros now. And so in their places, Cole Brams, the grad transfer from Utah, and Sean Dow, the junior. And it's Lehigh controlling the opening draw as we kick off a new season of college lacrosse.
Yes, picked up cleanly by Lehigh.
Freshman in goal that they're high on in Carden Stoller, but they're looking to some of those veterans, even if they're transfers like an Edwards, like a Brandon Hunn, who's also part of the rope unit, to sort of give them some experience and some poise on the field early as Rutgers controls its first draw.
Yeah, so the penalty was wiped out. It wasn't a 1-minute penalty. It was a 30-second for push in the crease.
That'll do. Lehigh graduated 4 of its top 5 scorers. One of them, in fact, now at Rutgers as a grad transfer, John Sidorsky. Now having to replace guys who scored 10 or 20 goals with guys like Kelly, who we mentioned scored just once last year. So far, so good.
Having a tough time picking that ball off the rug.
Big hit. Zach Conley in the vicinity for Rutgers.
Connolly draws the push from behind. Rutgers possession on the procedure call. Rutgers looking to put their first.
Was 4th on the team in points last year with 33 at 25 goals. Some huge ones.
Yeah,
overtime golden goal against Princeton 2 years ago, had the goal that sent Rutgers to the Final Four in the NCAA tournament.
Fast break transition. Can't find the handle on a shot, on a pass rather. Scrum for the ball. It's loose.
And Lehigh had the step.
Lehigh went out with it. It's going to be Rutgers' ball.
And Raul Ocho Terena, junior Rutgers top rope unit guys, go off in the first minute of play. This is a banged-up Scarlet Knight team, including at attack Colin Kelly, Canisius transfer, a late scratch for this game. And so some of the guys like Koulis and Amon, who might have played maybe smaller roles in the offense with the addition of Kelly and Krummenacher, now are in sort of the same spots we saw them in last year.
Yeah, I think they were looking for Colin Kelly. When you talk about unknowns for Rutgers, and we certainly talked about this defense, a lot of things like right there. When they review the tape, they're going to say, hey, listen, when you go out and play a man, you have to always be prepared that he's going to go to the cage. He may not just be a transfer man.
Leahy didn't play last year. Scored once as a freshman 2 years ago. And so a couple of dudes who had one career goal starting the day have contributed all 3 so far for a Lehigh team that wants so far for Lehigh.
Now coach goes in the locker room. I mean, you talk about defense. It's not who slides, where you got to go, matchups. It's basic 1v1. They're taking the ball and they're going to the hoop.
First procedure call against Cole Brams.
Well, initially they called it against Rutgers, but I think, I don't know what that was all about. Lehigh gets the ball after a whistle. Stoller expected that shot to go away, and he took him inside. Good placement. Good face-off win by Rutgers, coming down, pushing it. Here comes a shot.
And it's right into the stick of Pecora. Rutgers, especially with Brams, wants to push it off the face-off like they do with Duhenio, but sometimes you get 5-second possessions like that.
Yeah.
Struggling in the Big East to one that made the Final Four out of the Big Ten. Tons of first-year starters on the defensive side. He said he's never seen this many first-year starters on one side of the ball in his coaching career.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, there's a lot of pieces to the puzzle as Lehigh picks up another turnover here.
Goals in his career, and that is the first one the Scarlet Knights have scored in 11 minutes today.
It's another procedure call on the face-off for Rutgers.
Active countries' youth national teams. Scott with Canadian ancestry, played for Canada, U21s. Knobloch played for USA. They've been playing together at Rutgers now for 4 years, and that relationship certainly helps. And now we've got some space here with Rutgers looking to tie.
And it's
a
goal! Splain with the goal. Ryan Splain, long stick midi, off the face-off, comes down and rockets one home.
It took 4 minutes for Rutgers to erase the 3-goal drought. And a pole goal, like morning coffee on opening day in college lacrosse.
We know this, Dom, and you've heard us say this time and time again. Lacrosse is a game of spurts. Doesn't matter if it's 5-6 goal difference. That could be made up in a little time or no time at all.
Ryan Splain last year was the backup to a 3-time All-American long stick midfielder in Ethan Rawl, who's now an All-Pro at the PLL level. And now Splain stepping into a much bigger role. And he's got his first career point.
Lehigh was fortunate to get a push call on that faceoff because Rutgers had numbers right there.
We have only seen 3 assists. That means the individual efforts have been mid-season form.
Yeah, that's to be expected early in the season. I think you're going to get a lot of 1v1 until defenses play team defense, make their slides, are prepared better. Short stick matchup. You got to go right back.
Lehigh's first goal in 13 minutes. And Rutgers emerges with some green turf and the ball.
Good look here.
Good recovery by Lehigh. So many times Rutgers opponents get caught in those sorts of spots. In the last couple of years has gotten that, or from some people I should say, has gotten that notoriety of being transfer U, if you will, for bringing in so many transfers. But so many of them have impacted what this team has done. And Jermaine, another one of those
time, that space. Chances are it's going to be in the back of the cage. At 7-7 with 5 seconds left to go.
And a muddy face-off, so we're headed to the locker room. Well, that goal from Kelly, the first assisted tally for Lehigh today. That's going to make the Mountain Hawks feel Kelly, not the guy we expected to be the leading scorer today for Lehigh. Knew he would play, but somebody who scored once in 2 seasons and has been carrying a lot of the load. And what their new head coach, Will Scudder, calls a positionless Lehigh offense. As Rutgers wins the first half, the second half, Rutgers is playing. Lehigh was a captain there last year. And now facing his old school, not just in a new uniform, but on opening day. Odd spot for him, but trying to give his new team a W.
Rutgers wins its second face-off, consecutive face-off, and the song.
This is a guy who's used to being on the field, even if he was not for all that much last year. He only played in 7 games because of an injury-plagued season. But he was the starter for much of his 2 years. Scored 18 goals his last full season in 2022. So Jack Amon, he was leading Rutgers in its final game of last season, a quarterfinal loss in the Big Ten tournament to Maryland. But he had a career-high 5 points, Amon did in that one. Good example of Rutgers player development. Player who didn't see much field his first 2 years. Starter is
sure he used to shoot a lot on Pecora last year in practice.
Sidorsky was a captain, yes, important guy in the locker room, also scored a bunch.
Oh, look at that behind the back pass, a shot. Look at the rebound.
Second chance, it goes home.
Oh, baby.
Inspired lacrosse indeed from the Scarlet Knights.
Hippity hoppity, hippity ho. That ball went nowhere but the back of the cage.
Now this is Sidorsky again to score, and it all starts with Cole Brams on the faceoff.
Brams takes it, passes, behind the back pass, shot, rebound, picks it up, lets it go, bang.
And so 2 goals for the guy from Long Island in the span of, 30 seconds.
Gotta love it.
And now Rutgers has its largest lead of the game.
Rutgers has to take advantage of this momentum.
He had 13 goals and 17 points last year on that 10-win team. And now a hard-fought win. At least it looked like it. Yeah. No. In the end, official points the other way. It's a procedure call against Sean Dow.
Yeah, I think he came out of it with the ball in the back of his.
2,500 miles apart. Scott in Oregon, Knobloch's in Jersey. Now they have come here to Rutgers, and they have had some fun offensive years. Both key parts of the Final Four team in 2022, and now leaders of a program that may be in transition. And now probably nothing left to do here at the end of the period. Maybe a moment. Final seconds, nothing there for Giovanni Procaccini. We have seen some stunning results. Colgate, a 1-goal win over Penn State. Denver beat Hopkins by the same score, 13-12. And how about Loyola and Georgetown? Loyola by 6 right now at a top 15 Georgetown program.
Well, you know what? That's what lacrosse has become. And any
Players that Will Scudder's high on. And now Vasile has his first career goal. And now Lehigh has the ball with a chance to tie. And still tons of time left.
yeah, clean.
It from that angle. He doesn't give himself a ton of space. I mean, he comes, what, 1 step above the goal line? That's enough for him.
Yeah. Most of us can't get that 1 step. You know, that's the thing.
Most of us can't run like that either.
No.
You and me included. Lehigh, they have not had a great day on faceoffs, but they've won a couple of key ones lately.
You're right.
Born in Blue Bell, Pennsylvania, but a product of the Philly Catholic League, always rigorous no matter what sport it is. All-state player at LaSalle College High. And now a face-off win and a chance for the Mountain Hawks to knot it up under 3 to play.
Well, here we go.
A few times Rick has played both ways most of the day. Offensive-minded Mitty scoring his 3rd goal, and now a Rutgers face-off win under 30 seconds. And they'll just try to keep it in Scarlet hands. And Rutgers